Hello there folks, Martin Pavey here. Welcome back to the channel. You know, sometimes it's very, very hard to let things go, which is why it's very important that you like and subscribe and share to spread this very, very important message. I've said it many times that I've been blessed and cursed with a really, freakishly good memory. When I was young, I used to memorize people's telephone numbers and addresses, and everybody around me was, how do you know this? How do you know this? And when I was, and to be honest, I didn't really know. And even when I was particularly in one job, right in the centre of London, you know, there's obviously a lot of stuff going on, and London it's a city that's built upon itself over and over and over and over again, many times. So lots of weaving and winding passages and old roads and new roads that all can interchange with each other. And there would be quite a lot of times that we would get phone calls. It's funny, actually. It's amazing, isn't it, what pops up, even though this is, it's a decade and a half ago that these things happened, that people would call up and ask for directions to find where our offices were. Because it was a place, it was a bit of a hub, it was a publishing company, but people would come there to advertise their details. It was for actors and casting directors, blah, blah, blah. Hideous. But people would call and say, oh, how do I find your offices? And I'm coming from this direction. And I would say, oh, yes, yeah, you know, you need to go up Great Newport Street and then along Lisle Street, and you can turn left from there, or you come across the square and, you know, it's Cranbourne Street, blah, blah, blah. And once I'd finished the call, I would put my phone down and my colleague would say, how do you know all of this? And it's like, well, I don't know. Maybe instead of sitting at your desk like a fucking prisoner, maybe go out for a walk. And soak in the atmosphere where literally millions of people would kill to work. And this is the thing. One of the reasons that I think I've found it really difficult to get on with people, frankly, and let things go is that I don't understand why people don't know. Because what we were talking about, me being able to give directions, and people always used to put the calls through to me because I was the one that was going to be able to answer, which in a way is a compliment, but I would always think, well, these are roads that are literally outside our office. It's not like they're hundreds of miles away somewhere else, but these were the environs, these were the surroundings that we were in. And the truth is that people are so wrapped up in their grief or feeling anxious or feeling resentful about, you know, whatever, and feeling that they weren't in the right place, that those kind of details were completely lost to them. But, and here is the big but, this is something that I've been thinking about a lot in the last few weeks, is how I know that holding on to all of these things isn't helping me. It's making me stressed and anxious myself and resentful. I'm perfectly willing to admit it. We're fallible human beings, and I'm recording this literally 15 minutes on the eve of having a session with a new therapist, because I need help just like anybody else. We all need help in one way or another, but learning to communicate effectively, oh God, it sounds so wanky, but learning to communicate with yourself effectively is really, really important, because we all have, as individuals, forgetting everybody else, as individuals, we all have the capacity to be able to interact with ourselves in a much healthier way. But a big, big issue is not being able to let go of of whatever's happened to you in your life. And the reason I believe that I have such an incredible memory is because I've always been scanning, I've always been establishing threats, but it's largely pointless, if not completely pointless, because the people around you are always going to behave in the way that they're going to behave, and they're going to react in the way they're going to react. But you have a choice about how you interact with the world, with people, with situations. And I've struggled enormously with intolerance and impatience with people, which is why I've isolated myself for a really long time, just so that I don't have to feel irritated and to be able to be, master of my own castle here. And I know that there are loads of things that I've dreamed of and that I've fantasized about, but you have to do things for the right reasons. And I moved back to this village, and I feel a lot of anger, actually, about my parents selling the family home. It's something that I feel very upset about. It's quite difficult to deal with. But when I've visited the house in the village, it's on the other side of the village. I've visited the house many times, but I know that I'm only hurting myself because I refuse to let go, that I refuse to acknowledge the fact that it's gone, and there are a lot of things that are gone, but you don't ever want to imprison yourself. The vast majority of people, and I include myself in this, I am my own worst enemy. And I'm very hard on myself. But that's not a way to live life. If you let things go and you feel that you can't let them go, that you're so desperately clinging for dear life onto these things, you're never going to leave room for the things that are right for you. And if you love something, acknowledge how it benefited you in your life, if you love that and you let it go, the right things that are meant for you, and I believe that there is a divine precedent for what you need and what you don't need, for what you want and what you don't want. The things that you feel so frightened to let go of, if they're the right things for you, they will come back. They will, if they're the right things. But you only make yourself angry and resentful and stuck if you hold on to things that you don't need nor want anymore. So it's crucial that you have no attachments. This is what the ancient Eastern Buddhists talked about, non-attachment, non-resistance, non-judgment. It goes back a long way. And if you have the strength to truly let those things go, that is where peace resides within you. So I say this a lot. Be brave. Be brave. Understand that your life is your life, and you have the right to live it in a joyful and peaceful and open way, and the right things that you want and need will absolutely 100% give you. It will happen. It will. It will. And patience is a virtue. It's hard. I know it's really hard, but it is worth it. And I keep saying this basically on every video now. If you need help, do not be afraid to ask for it. Embrace asking for help. People talk about vulnerability and all this stuff all the time, but just be brave and ask for help. We all need it. We all want it. We feel egotistical in not asking for it. But it's always the right time to ask for help if you really, really want it. Open yourself up to other human beings. Open yourself up to joyful, wonderful, magical new experiences. Because we're all human. We're not perfect. And it's a progression, it's an evolution, and it's an ongoing journey. So always open yourself up to the universe, open yourself up to God, open yourself up to joy and happiness and peace. That's what I want for you. So you know that my email address is in the description of this video, of every video, and I'm always here to talk. So thank you very much for listening. Please do like and subscribe and share to spread this very important message. My name is Martin Pavey and I am here for you. Remember to be there for yourself. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next video. Ciao for now.